Hi, I'm Euge Valovirta, and this is a complete and a bit technical overview of my number one bad boy, the MARSHALL JCM800 2203 from 1984. So, if you're interested, stay tuned. Yes, indeed. I've got so many questions during the years on my YouTube channel and in general about this amp. What has been done to it? Has it been modded? And so on. So many people that have borrowed this, studios, musicians, really quite famous musicians have tried to buy this amp from me because it is indeed a bit special. Well, not a bit. It's a special sounding amp. It's the most aggressive, mean, bad boy 800 that I've ever played. And I played probably over 100 different 800 ones on many tours as rental amps. So, first, let me turn this around and let's see what's inside. So, this was recently maintained by Eric Studer here in Switzerland at Music X, M-U-S-I-X. I put a link on their site. Great company, great maintenance service. So, this blew up a few weeks ago. Again, I lost count how many times. You know, the fuse, this is this kind of pop fuse that these Scandinavian 800 ones have, and I guess the Canadian ones too. And I took this to him and said that please check it out thoroughly, because I want to know what's inside. I want to know what's the story, because this has only 4 caps, which he changed to. So, this runs extremely hot. I mean, when this is on, this is so hot that you could probably fry an egg on this. But the cool thing is that the sound is hot too. So, what he did, I'm gonna read here, I'm gonna put a picture on there also. I wanna share this information to you. You know, if you're interested, maybe do the same and maybe get closer to my sound, which is mostly here, but you know. Work done. Replaced the 4 main filter caps and their bleeding/balancing resistors with 50 plus 50 UF TAD equivalents. Okay, I'm not a tech. Some of you knows what this actually means. I'm just a guitar player, but probably that means a lot to you. Replaced the 200 UF Radial bias filter caps with new ones that are axial and have the original 10 UF value as well as a higher voltage rating. Exchanged the out of tolerance grid resistors with new 1K at 5 watt ones, 5W ones, I guess that's what. Exchange the input grid stopper resistors with new 5.6K at 2 watt ones, 2W ones. Touched up funky looking and bad solder joints. Cleaned the underside of the PCB. Cleaned all pots and jacks and tube sockets. Tightened tube sockets, pins and nuts. Installed new matched TAD 6550 power tubes. Biased the amp up to 65% of 6550 plate dissipation, 62 mA at 436 V, 1 V, maybe that's volt, and burnt the tubes in. Checked for microphonic tubes, monitored stability over the course of 2 hours. And the pictures you saw he took the pictures, so they are actually inside from this amp. What else? Then I asked, what are these transformers? Because these doesn't look the original, and he said that no, they're not, and this has been changed because I mean this is an old amp. This has been maintained so many times. When I've owned it this over 20 years, and at some point this has probably broken, and these transformers are the aftermarket ones that were put in place after the old ones failed at some point, I guess. Another theory is that the transformers and one of the filter caps failed. They were then replaced with the new ones in the picture. Except the filter cap, which is somewhat difficult to get, has been left out. The solid state rectifier circuit was adjusted at that point as well to accommodate the layout of the new transformer. I haven't messed with them and left them alone for now, since they are in working condition and play a big part of the response and feel of the amp. The parts he put in, they are as close as he could get as the original parts, you know, similar values than what this had when this left from the factory in '84. So yes, this is '84 even though it's horizontal. Here's the sticker and signed by whoever inspected 6/12/84. So either it's 12th of June '84 or 6th of December '84. Probably 6th of December because it has been made in '84, but I think Marshall officially started to sell these in '85. So that's the thing. Then I asked that why this has so much more gain and presence and, well, everything that generally 800s have, like this Zakk Wylde signature one. And he said that, well, these are like old vintage cars, you know, although you put in same parts, same everything, there's not a two old Marshalls that sounds the same. They all sound different. Some of them have more gain than others, some less, some more lows, some more presence, some are just mean old bad boys, aggressive ones like this, and some not. So, because apparently what they did there, you know, they had parts which they put it, and sometimes they were completely the same, sometimes they were different, and even though if they basically were the same parts, the parts had different values, you know. Nowadays everything's so general and, you know, supervised and everything, so these are kind of like old, you know, art paintings. If you ask a painter to paint exactly the same painting twice, that's not possible, and that's the deal with these old Marshalls. That's a blessing and a curse, because you know, you never know what you're gonna get if you're not able to test the amp before getting or buying one. And luckily I've had a fantastic luck that I have gotten this really mean bad boy with lots of everything. And my other one from '85, which has EL34s, that's actually at Eric's now. He's maintaining that. I said, please check that out too, because I have no idea when it was the last time I had it maintained. So yes, this had originally EL34s, but at some point before I had this Zakk Wylde one, which has 6550s as a stock, I wanted to, you know, because the 81 is another good one. I had luck with that too. That sounds really close to this. So there's so much gain and volume and everything. So these were done afterwards. And the JJ ECC83 SP and juice. But like, yeah, it's not a stock one, because it's an old one. So parts have failed, they've been replaced. Now now he, like I said, he replaced the parts as close to the original ones that, you know, this had when this left the factory in '84. But you know, the transformers, everything affects the sound. But in a sense of like mods, like gain mods, you know, what's, you know, generally considered as a modded Marshall 800, this isn't. So this is, in a way, stock. Okay, enough yapping. Let me play it for a while and I compare it to this, you know, what's generally considered 800 sound. So you can see how this difference from this one. Okay, I'm gonna hook this up now. All right, now both of these are turned on and let's just listen them back to back. So first this one and then this one. So you hear what I just said without any overdrives or anything. Okay, then with the Overdrive, SD1. So, as you hear, they both sound fantastic. This one just has that something. And I mean, the reason why I always say to people that when they ask about my settings, I'm like, okay, they are these, but please use your ear when you dial a sound. So the presence on this one is 4. This one is 7, and this steel one has more presence. Bass is 9, 8.5, 9. This is 10. Mids are, this is 6. This is here above 5. Treble is quite the same on both. They're both on 6. Then the real thing comes with master and gain. So this one is just a hair above 2. This one is 6. So this one acts like your general 800s or Marshalls. So, you know, after 4, after 5, noon, the power juice really starts to become alive. This one, this basically goes from 0 to 3. Nothing really happens after that. For some reason, this runs so hot that I've turned this a couple of times before noon, and it's just noise, and a few times the tubes have blown. So I won't do that now, but I will present to you, because when this is 0. It's like a little bit under 1. Now it's 2. Now it's 6. Nothing is happening. So it's basically cranked when it's 3. Now it's 2.5. So don't look the numbers. Use your ears when you dial the sound. And let's change to this one. You hear the master. So 0, 3. This one is 2. So this one is on 2 and this one is on 3. It's still like half quieter. Now this one is on 7. This one is still here about 2. Now they are about the same, the output volume. But these ones start to go a little bit after 6, so kind of the 6 is the sweet spot. And the gain is pretty much the same. So this one is on 10 now, like your usual 800s. You know, you kind of have to put them on 10 if you want to. And boost it with SD. But this one when this is on 7, it's basically the same than your general 800 on 10. So, I mean, because no matter where this is, it doesn't really matter. So this is now like 1. Nothing really happens before 7. And then it's kind of, when it's full, it's no overdrive. So this is too much, it just becomes flubby and fluff. There. Okay, it's 6. Well, it's around 7, the sweet spot, where this one, the sweet spot is at 10. So again, no overdrives. Then when I add overdrive, so, you heard. I mean, this, I really like this. This is awesome, man, but well, I still haven't found one that as, you know, mean as this one. And you can get like modern sounds just by cutting off the mids. But I like to have mids in the sound, it gives you body. Okay, let's take the low input. First the bad boy. Let's add a bit of chorus. You can hear nice clean sounds, and then this one. This, with the low input, it almost sounds a bit dull, even though I have the master presence like at 7. So, yeah, it's... I've used these a lot and really use, and together these sound actually really cool because they have a bit different character. And, you know, this has more gain on tap than I ever need. So, yeah, and the signal changes. Yeah, I have a pedal board which is connected to this Radial Headbone amp switcher. And then cables go to both of these, and then outputs from both amps go to this. And then it goes to the Sir reactive load. And the IR I've been using now is Jens Bogren's Sound of God EQ2 version. And actually, they just released the new Leads and Cleans package, and I was a bit involved. So let me just, I will do a video about the whole package. Probably will put it out next week. But just to show you a few things, because it's a really cool package. So let's check this. This is one of my favorites from the pack. First, the Sound of God. This IR is called Valovirtuos. So it's kinda, so I wanted to have an IR that's kinda like the Sound of God EQ2, but with the nastier feel and not that heavy low end and more mid-focused, so it suits better for the leads, but it's still in that Sound of God territory. So, I mean, it works on leads and cleans, but specifically I had mine for it to be used as on a lead sound to get a little bit more, you know. Okay, hey, I got a little bit carried away again because I love this kind of stuff, talking about amps and stuff. And so yeah, that's the thing with this bad boy. Hey, hopefully this was informative and interesting. Thanks for watching. You know, the drill. Thumbs up and yeah, subscribe and so on. Hey, all the best. Take care.